Greetings and salutations, tube dwellers. I have a rare gem for you today. A 1 versus 1 against... What's this? Another Zerg player? ZVZ? Unheard of! I literally don't even recall the last time I featured a ZVZ on my channel. So here we are. Your host, the Mad Bag, spawning on Neoplanet S in the bottom left corner. Playing the Zerg pieces, as per usual. Up here in the top right corner, we have my opponent, Bill Cones, also playing the Zerg pieces. Zerg versus Zerg. I've got to say that of the mirror matches, this one's probably my favorite. Although, to be totally honest, I haven't done great in it lately. I would say in general that, oh, what's this? 11. How odd. I would say that I'm pretty good at it. I feel like I'm slightly above average as compared to your standard Zerg player. I had a more than 50% win-loss ratio in this until recently in this matchup. And whoo, there goes a tin pool. Looks like I extractor tricked up to 11 to whip out the tin pool. Whatever could I be planning? Some early pressure. Looks like he's getting the gas first. Even though my pool is first, given that his gas is first, any kind of speed or baneling tech, he's going to have the lead on. However, I'll have Zerglings faster. I'll have the combat bit faster. He'll have the technology faster. Or maybe I won't go Zerglings at all. Maybe instead I'll get a queen. No, I see a collection of larvae here. I see a collection of money. This is certainly going to be a little bit of sixling pressure. The pool is done. The sixlings are in construction, as well as a queen. Oh, we got a scouting drone. Not totally sure what he wants to do. Yes, go out. Now, a scout. Surely not, right? I mean, the Overlord's got the scouting covered. He's just now getting there to see a lack of a 15 hatch. That could be troubling. If he didn't 15 hatch, that means either probably 10 or 14 pooled. Either one of those do pretty well defensively against the 10 pool. The Lings are on the map. They're following the scouting drone. Ling speed was started, but he canceled it. It looks like he caught whiff of exactly what was going down. He did put a spine crawler already in his main. He hasn't seen anything of mine. As a matter of fact, he just now got close enough to see the hatchery down. Looks like he's going to first task his Zerglings on my drone, but that's just going to pull him away and allow me to hit his spine crawler. And now I'm building a spine crawler, sadly just in his vision. And it took me too long to kill the spine crawler. He's got just what he needs. Oh, and a cancel didn't go down. Oh, God, the atrocities. This tin pool has utterly failed. You see me 5-6 food behind already, and it is all in drone count. He's a solid 5 drones ahead of me, and he has more Lings on the map. He also has the queen out, and he's getting speed. Literally the only advantage I have is a currently constructing hatchery, but if that's the only advantage I have, it might be hard to maintain it. He's got a number of other advantages, and it looks like he's going to go hard in on the Zerglings. He's already starting his baneling nest. His Zergling count is climbing quickly. He's pulled a couple out of gas. It looks like he's got just enough gas for 2 banelings. He might collect enough for a 3rd by the time these Zerglings get to the other end of the map. And if they start moving now, they're probably going to get there a little bit before speed, so they'll have to hang out a little bit if he wants to do this push with speed. In the meantime, I've caught up on the drone count. I'm actually a little bit ahead of him, but that's dangerous because that means he's way ahead of me on the Zergling count. I haven't seen his Zerglings leave his base yet because my Overlord dodged off to the side. I'm just now going to spot him, though, and man, that's a lot of Zerglings. It's way more than I can deal with right now. He's got 14 more in the cooker. I have a measly 4 in the cooker. And so the damage begins. He has not started his own hatchery yet. Of course, I don't see that because my Overlord's not in the right positioning, and he's morphing banelings right in my face. It does look like it's going to end up being 3. He's got the gas for a 4th if he so desires. This is looking like something I'm not going to be able to defend, though. He still has a higher Zergling count than me. He's got even more rallying. Down goes the hatchery. Oh, and he's got banelings in the mix. He's going to lead with the banelings. He's got speed. That's better than my zerglings. How in the hell can I possibly deal with this? Well, there's a simple answer to all that. I can't. And so down I go. And you're probably questioning what in the actual fuck right now, right? Right? Is that what you're saying? I said something about a rare gem. Is that the rare gem I was talking about? Surely not. That's more like an average Joe. Not really much to see here. He got the army. He killed me. But alas, that is not all. We have another ZVZ queued up for you against Bill Cones. What? How can that be? That's right. I had the good fortune of playing this chap again immediately after having lost to him. So no longer on Neoplanet S, this time on Newkirk Precinct. We have your host, the Mad Bag, spawning again in the bottom left as Zerg, and this time in the bottom right, Bill Cones, also spawning again as Zerg. And now we get to go again. Now these two happened back to back. I had just finished doing an utter fail of a 10 pool, and then I loaded into this game. So with that fresh on my mind, I get to take another go at here, Mr. Cones. Cojones. He's gonna go up to 10 drones. What's this? It looks like it's just gonna be an extractor trick. He does have the Overlord on the way, so I don't expect this to be an early pool. And I actually did a 9 Overlord, so it doesn't look like I'm planning any kind of early pool shenaniganery either. Instead, the drones are coming out. The at least slightly more macro game is set. And here we go. What is this? Is this a 14 gas? Huh. That might have even been a 13 gas. That seems really early. I'm taking my gas in similar fashion, though a few seconds later. And again on 13, it was a 13 gas. He built one more drone, and now it's a 13 pool. Very interesting that he chooses to do this one drone earlier. It's basically the exact same thing that I'm doing, with just one drone less. So that means he's going to have an instant of time on completing speed before my speed completes. At least he has the potential to do so. The upgrades haven't started yet, so nothing's set in stone. The Overlord Scouts are moving across the map. We're both getting a feel for actually nothing at all at this point. We will be getting a feel, though, very soon for what the opponent's doing. There the spawning pool finishes. He's got the 100. It goes immediately in, and he starts a queen. Similarly, spawning pool finishes. Queen, speed. We have a near mirrored build. 2 Zerglings, one more drone. We are staying right on point with each other. And it appears that somehow in the mix-up he's actually gotten ahead of me on that one drone as well. Ah, but he starts a second ling, and so virtually our first deviation. He gets an extra ling from me. I get an extra drone. The lings are not rallied, but they are here. Huh. That was kind of strange. That queen didn't make a sound when she spawned. That kind of concerned me for a second. So we've got a Baneling nest going down for him. It looks like I've opted instead to pull a couple guys off gas and throw my hatchery down. This falls in line with the slight macro advantage I'm picking up here with a couple drones. I have continued to not build Zerglings, and he is building Zerglings. It looks like I'm following up now, 6, whereas he's building 4. That's still going to put him in the lead on Zergling count. That's going to let me take a slight drone lead, though. One drone. You'd think insubstantial, right? Not in a mirror match. One drone can make a world of difference. I'm not saying that it always does. A slight bit of miss micro can make an even larger world of difference. The Baneling nest is done. His Zergling speed is done. And he moves out. However, my Zergling speed finished as well. So the timing of the one drone earlier pool and gas ended up being insubstantial. And given the view of this Overlord, he couldn't have made it out of the base without me seeing him. So I know they're coming. I'm building up my banelings now. It looks like he thinks he's got a good little edge on me. He's going to start hitting the hatchery, but now he's in a position where he can't get out of the base. He's going to focus the hatchery. I don't have mini-lings. Oh, he's taken a couple of them, though. The banelings are out. It looks like this did catch him a little bit unawares. He's going to focus the hatchery some more. Oh, nice baneling hits. A lot of his lings go down, and we see me left with a fairly substantial food lead. Now, somehow he has, again, taken the lead in Zerglings. It looks like some production just popped off for me. Some production is in the act of popping off for him. So we're keeping it neck and neck with my one drone advantage. Oh, nice. Just a touch of micro there in the middle. It's going to ensure that I take more than he does. Although I have still lost more than him. Oh, it's teetering, it's teetering. It's neck and neck, very close to being even. This one drone advantage that I had for a while is certainly enough to make up this little bit of mineral difference. And it looks like he's going heavy on the banelings now. We have no fewer than 8. That is a fairly large baneling number. Getting a spine crawler. It looks like I've put out a couple more drones, although he has as well, 18 to 19. And it looks like I'm taking out pairs of his, or at least a single of the pairs of his banelings. Oh, he does take out a few drones. That's not ideal for me. That keeps him in a little drone lead while I continue to make a few. He's making a lot of drones on the back of this now, though. And he still has a very large ling count over me. I've got production coming in. It's 10 Zerglings. I also had a couple banelings left over, but he's going to get 2 of my queens. Luckily, I did have a third. I had an extra queen there altogether. And I think production will allow me to defend this. I still have the queen in the main, which is very nice. But losing 2 is not. He's taken a nice little drone lead in the meantime, but he still does not have an expansion out. This is kind of a rough spot to be. It looks like he's planning to take it now. And he's also building more Zerglings, which is going to keep him in the lead. Not by a large margin, and considering I have a spine crawler, I probably am defensively close to his numbers in army count. I wonder, though, if he'll be able to maintain this drone lead. It's only a single drone right now, and it looks like I'm aiming to even that up, while also being a little bit cautious of potential Zergling attacks. Building a couple of those as well. Oh, decent hit. 3 Zerglings. That's not going to do much. He could have potentially picked off some drones if I didn't have any Zerglings, but I do. And there comes a nice drone count. He's sprinting very quickly to the Roach Warren. It looks like I'm not so confident, not so enthusiastic about getting to that tier 1.5 tech. I want to chill out on some Zerglings and banelings for a little while. And I'm going to keep building my drone count. We're still staying neck and neck on the drone count. Matter of fact, building that evolution chamber brought us back to being perfectly even. I have some additional larvae over him, though. I wonder if I can turn that into any kind of lasting advantage. His natural is up. So as we look around at things, we're very near even. He has a couple more drones than me. I've got a couple more banelings than he. And our food counts dead on. I'm threatening with some Zerglings. This looks like a pretty non-serious amount. I'd imagine that this is just an attempt to get him to build some combat units. And sure enough, here we see it. He's building roaches while I'm following up this little fake with some drones of my own. And now attempting to bait the banelings out of his force. It looks like I got one of them. I can't really do anything to this force, though, with this very small count of Zerglings. Seeing roaches in it, though, that's quite the tell. It looks like I'm saturating some gas. Wow. I'm saturating all the gases. I've got all 4 gases in my main and my natural. The lair has begun. With that much gas, there's only one thing that could possibly mean. That's got to mean Mutalisks. Now, I also have a little bit of a lead in the +1 range. He's just now getting his evolution chamber down. However, he has quite the lead in the roaches. 13 to my 0. Our ling counts and baneling counts are virtually even. So this is all advantage for him in roaches. However, I have huge advantage right now in the drone count. And now we see the roles are reversing in production. He builds drones, I build roaches. Oh, nice. One Zergling gets to take out a Baneling. That takes him down to 3. That'll make my Zerglings do as much good as possible. I do have a decent number of them, although trying to get this roach count up. Trying to match him on numbers. He's building a lot of Banelings. Oh, I'm going to try to bust some. Oh my god, 2 in there. We're hit by both Banelings, and it looks like I was unaware that 2 is not enough to kill a cocoon. If I would have timed that just a little bit later, 2 Banelings does kill 1 Baneling. I could have killed quite a few Banelings with that. Oh my god, 43 workers. Banelings in the mineral line. There they all go. Oh my god, that was devastating. That actually only killed 2 workers, 3 workers. And our roach numbers are really about even. I have the upgrade advantage, and now I've got Zerglings in the mix too. I retain my drone lead and push him right back out. Looks like I've also got some Zerglings hunting for a third. As mine comes up, I'm able to continue to take an advantage. Oh, how unfortunate. He just unburrows the spine crawlers, I'm sure intending to move them to the front, right as my Zerglings come in. Somehow, in the midst of all this chaos, he's able to equalize the drone count, though. And there we see the tech that I'm surely sprinting towards, the Spire. The food counts show that he is keeping up with me like a champion. It's really surprising how he can stay just a couple behind me here and there. A couple drones, you know, a base behind me in many cases, yet still stay right on my heels. It looks like I have expanded the drone lead by a solid 10. That is a huge margin in ZVZ. Oh god! It would be anyway, if 7 of my drones weren't whistling by themselves in the corner. That's terrible. He's got the double Evo. His economy just can't support it. My bank is building up right where it needs to be to make these Mutalisks really come in at a damaging timing, in a damaging number. And it looks like I'm going to do a little bit with the roaches. He sees a couple roaches moving around, and he is starting to bring the third out now. He still hasn't seen anything in my main, not even so much as the lair. He does have a lair of his own, and he's getting the Hydralisk in very quickly. But the production shows 12 Mutalisks. Oh my, that is a great number. It is awesome to be able to put a timing together that includes 12 Mutalisks. So many as, I think 5 will one-shot a drone. 7 ideally, just so you can have a Mutalisk not attacking drones and still be basically taking a drone out, or a worker, for any race, with a single volley. But 12, that allows you to have enough meat to just barge in and do just about whatever you want, unless right bits of their production pop off. And it looks like he's got the Hydralisk in. He's getting range first. I don't see any Hydralisks being produced yet. He has seen the Spore Crawlers. He saw them with an Overlord as they crossed the map. But the Spore Crawlers in his main are just barely too late. I want to take them out without losing a single Mutalisk. Then I take out the Queen. This base is mine for the taking. He's about 16 workers and even more behind me at this point. And what a terrible position to be in. He's not able to produce any Hydralisks before I take out his Hydralisk den, and that is going to disallow him from defending this base. Meanwhile, the third is counterattacked, and it's taken out. He does have a little bit of a counterattack hitting my third as well, but I'm able to deal with it. Now he's got a huge roach count over me, and I believe he's already got roach speed, correct? Have I missed that? Yes, he does have roach speed, so he's ahead of me there as well. I am keeping the upgrade lead, though, with +2 almost finished. He is getting +1 armor, and oh my! More roaches getting caught. This gives him a substantial ground army advantage. However, I've taken out his main with the Mutalisks. He is relinquished to 1 base mining. And he's losing a lot of his technology. He did get a Hydralisk den down before his lair was killed. And now he's going to get a spawning pool down. And it looks like that's enough for me. I've taken out some key pieces of technology. Now I'm going to try to bring my Mutalisks back to ensure that I can defend. I'm also doing a couple other things to ensure that I can defend. Building roaches, namely. The army counts show that with the Mutalisks in the mix, I have quite the advantaged force. It is 23 roaches to 30. Finally, some of my advantages are panning out. And he has no anti-air, so he has to retreat. He can't go up into my main. Even if he had a greater army than me, he probably wouldn't be able to get as much damage done as it would be worth to lose that army. He did take out my third, so I'm reconstructing a third. He is not, though. It looks like he's planning on it. He's going up there now, and that's actually going to be his second, not necessarily his third. Now, he did have a little bit of a bank, and he's put together a decent little army here. And the thing about his army is that it's composed largely of Hydralisks. It's almost 50-50, a matter of fact. He's got a few more roaches than he does Hydras, but it's very close. And this number of Hydras definitely destroys this number of Mutas. It looks like I have a mind for aggression, though. My army altogether costs more than his, and my food count's ahead of his. But in a straight-up engagement, my Mutas would fall to his Hydralisks. I think I've got enough roaches that I could take that, but it looks like in the game I was uncertain. Given everything that I took out on his side of the map, it put him at a large disadvantage that it's going to take him a while to get back from, whereas my economy wasn't hit in the same way. So all the time that I can spend allowing my economy to just carry my advantage further and further, that's time that I'm going to spread that gap. I'm going to give myself an even bigger leg up. Mutalisks go back into the main to check things out. Nothing there. A couple tech buildings, a couple other structures. It looks like I have a mind to poke in further, but the Hydralisks, he's got them in decent counts, and they do have 1-1. The 1 armor especially makes the Mutalisk glaives, their bounce attacks, basically have no effect. And then the +1 makes the Hydralisks very effective. It looks like he's mindful of the counterattack this time, but I'm not planning it. He's going to move back up to his third. And I'm going to take a little chill pill. I'm able to keep this food lead ever growing. And it looks like I'm going hive now. I've finished pathogen glands. I wonder what use it might see. I don't have a lot of gas right at the moment. I do have decent gas income, though. I've got 6 gases, and I actually have 2 more available that I haven't worked out yet. Oh, and even more insidious plans. Ooh, an Ultralisk cavern goes down. It can be very risky to get Broodlords in this matchup, just because Zergs kind of have a lot of ways to deal with them. Even Hydralisks are a pretty decent way to deal with Broodlords. And here I come in with the Mutalisks again. He has great anti-air defense, but I'm able to pick off the Queen, and yet another Queen. I haven't lost many Mutalisks. It's been a few, but taking his production out that solidly is most definitely worth losing a few of these, this bit of tech investment that is steadily becoming outdated. He's now going to move forward. This army count, it doesn't really compare. It does still have the Hydralisks, though. That's something that I've totally forgone. I'm not getting Hydralisks at all, and that's interesting. He's just now getting muscular augments. These things seem like they're pretty damn fast right now. He's only just now getting that upgrade, though. Oh, and he's going to come to my third. It looks like I've got a mind to cut him off. His army's of decent size. I've got a bigger one, but a lot of my army is in these Ultralisks. He took out, I guess that was the 4th, technically, not the 3rd. And I'm going to let it fall, given that he's still just on 2 bases. I've got the Infestors in the mix, finally. It looks like I want to trap him, but I can't do that unless I know that he's going to try to move out. And it looks like he knows that this might be a threat. He's going to try to stay still. Huh. Wonder how I ended up leaving that Mutalisk over there. It is the only Mutalisk I have left. The Ultralisks are in the mix now, and it looks like I'm looking to find this army. I know I've got him trapped. I want to try to make sure that I catch this like a mitt. I want all my forces to come in at the same time. And there they are. Oh, let the smash begin. Up to this point, I've had an economic advantage, but I've lost more than him right up until that fight. I had been slightly less cost efficient. And now, as much as I'm sure it bothers him, I've put together the killing blow, the Montcar. You can see it in the food count. The tech has come out to the degrees that it needs to. The army alone could probably deal the blow needed. And he'll stand in until the last triumphant moment. But alas, he will fall. So there we have it. I didn't want to show just this game. I really liked that I had 2 games back to back, and in the first one, this guy just demolished my attempt at cheese, the tin pool. I don't know if I'd call it cheese. Against Terran or against Protoss, a tin pool would be fairly cheesy because it's going to be aimed at getting in their wall before they've got it up. It's going to be aimed at getting in their base about the time their first combat unit's coming out. But against Zerg, it's a little bit more of a standard aspect of the rock, paper, scissors bit of early game. So he smashes it. He did the rock to my paper, and then in a straight up game, I'm able to etch out a victory. I especially liked that the resource collection. That's where I think that's where my third went down. Maybe, I don't know. That might have just been a drone pool, honestly. I'm not certain. The army value, yeah, you saw where this is where Mutas came into his base right in this time. Matter of fact, right here is where Mutas came into his main and did the dirty all over his main. They're pretty even on the upgrades. I feel like there's a thought I didn't finish, but screw it. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you later.